Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at everything you need to know to prepare for the upcoming Extreme Challenge campaign, or well, basically the Easy A. How you need to prepare for the Easy A for First Form Cell, and basically hopefully get your hands on some pretty good rewards, or at least to be prepared and know exactly what you need to do. Now there's 6 units that you'll need. That is the Strength Vegeta and Trunks, the TEQ Goku Gohan, the Strength Trunks Future, the Int Super 16, and you'll need the AGL Prime Battle Trunks. All of them have to be Easy Aid, and all of them have to be at 100% in the Hidden Potential system, so you're going to need to focus on that. A lot of the events are also currently not up, although I'll tell you when some of them do pop up, but most of them will only come out closer to the campaign, like next week. So you're going to need some portal keys if you really want to attempt this. And because Trunks requires his own Easy A, there's going to be additional units you're going to have to get as well. But let's start with the very basics and go through everything you need to know. So firstly, we'll start with the easiest units and 3 very important events that are going to set up a lot of the other events that you need anyway. That is the Cell Games, the Ultimate Confrontation, the Imperfect Cell, and also the Start of the Android Saga. So you can get Ultimate Confrontation, you can get Goku Gohan. Their own orbs drop from the stage as well, so you don't need to feed them Hidden Potential orbs. To unlock the Extreme Z area, you need to finish this event, the Emerge Mysterious Monster Cell, and the Ultimate Confrontation Androids event. In terms of Goku and Gohan, stock standard stuff, you'll need to get them to SA 15. But you don't actually have to do the SA 15 to do the Cell Easy A. You just need them Rainbow, which means you need them at SA 10 and Easy 8. But it didn't say you needed them at SA 15. In terms of Trunks and Vegeta, same story. You can grab them from this event along with a pretty cool support memory, and of course you'll have to get Hidden Potential for orbs for them as well. You will also have to complete Androids in Action, although you just have to complete the stages here. You don't need to have the Yardrak Goku. So Vegeta and Trunks and Goku Gohan are the only 2 units you actually need. However, you do need to complete all the stages of Androids in Action so that you can unlock the Extreme Z area. If you go to the challenge section, you will find the Extreme Z area for Android Cell Saga there. You will need to do all 3 stages eventually, but you're going to need to just do the first 2 stages to Easy A these guys. This also follows the traditional Easy A area trend. I can leave a link for you guys in my video to the Androids, well, to this Extreme Z area, to give you any more information that you need. So from there, just as a heads up, you will want to probably grab this Android 18. She's from the Bubba Shop and she costs green Incredible Gems. You're going to need it for Trunks' Easy A, plus you're going to need her as an option for a lot of these Extreme Z areas. So it's good to pick her up now. You only need to pick up 5 copies of her though, and we'll talk about that later. The next thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to want to focus on the Fight for Despair Trunks. He also is currently only available in Portal of Memories. He has his own event called the Fight Against Despair, and that will unlock his own Extreme Z area. You are also going to need to later on farm the Android 18 and 17 from this event as well, but again we'll talk about that a little bit later when we talk about Trunks' Easy A. But for now, you need to farm Trunks, and you're going to need to complete every stage to unlock his Extreme Z area. Trunks uses medals from this whole event, so you're going to need to obviously do that. And Trunks is a little bit of a different grind because he's an SR unit. I'll leave a link to the event in the top right hand corner. I'm going to leave as many links as I can spread throughout this video to give people additional information where they need it. You will then need to go through his Extreme Z area, which you can find under the challenge section. This Extreme Z area will also be for the Android 17 and 18, but again we'll cover that in a bit more detail. a little bit later on when we talk about Trunks' Easy A. But it's good to know in advance that there will be additional benefit to unlocking this Extreme Z area. You'll also need First Form Cell to take on this area, so it's best for you to farm him from the challenge battle so that you have access to him. Now, the next units that we'll get, you won't need portal keys for, as they are still going to be available between now and the event. These units are the Super Strike units. These Super Strike units are Trunks and 16. As of the time of filming this video, they're available under Portal of Memories, but end units are available on Wednesday. So on Wednesdays of each week, you'll be able to farm him, the 16, and also on Saturdays. And the Trunks, you'll be able to farm on Thursdays, as well as also on Sunday. So that kind of covers those two units. Fortunately, you won't need to use keys for them, so you can save those for other units. So try not to do that. If you need help for those units, I have a Super Strike playlist that I'll leave a link to in the top right hand corner to assist you guys. The playlist includes both of the units and their Super Strikes, so it should be enough to help you through both of these. So that's pretty good. Obviously, it's good to have some of these events be available without keys, because yeah, it is consuming a hell of a lot of keys to farm all these units. Plus, you're not really kind of done yet. So then, now we've done these units, the final unit that you need to kind of do is obviously Trunks. Now the big thing with Trunks is you have to Easy A him. So it's kind of a long process. Obviously, the number one thing to do is first to farm Trunks himself. And this you can do from the Portal of Memories, or you can do on Mondays and Sundays. So Trunks' Prime Battle is available on Monday and Sunday. Depending on your region, it will open up at different times, but you'll be able to get Trunks on those days. Obviously, his event currently is under the Portal of Memories, and so you can find it there under the challenge section. It has a boost for drop rate, very similar to all other Prime Battles, so I can definitely cover that in a video if you guys need, but it's a pretty straightforward process. You can find Trunks available with all the other AGL events. Obviously, just a reminder, all of these events that are under the Portal of Memories will be reopened for Cell's Easy A. So if these events are not currently open, you can get them ready, or be prepared with some of the units if you run out of keys. But Trunks is up on Sunday and Monday. He follows the same principle as every other Prime Battle unit, so you shouldn't really have any major issues regarding Trunks. Now Trunks' Easy A is a different story. Trunks' Easy A unfortunately requires you to have several units actually, and those units are going to be units that we're going to have to try and get from all the other events. Now fortunately, there's a lot of crossover with the events that you need to do for Cell, so you should at least already know those events or have them unlocked. So in terms of the units you need for Trunks' Easy A, the list is First Form Cell himself, which you can get by completing the Looming Menace Prime Battle, Android 13 and Androids 14 and 15, the Android 18 I mentioned earlier, and Android 17 and 18 Future. Now fortunately, some of these are quite easy to get, as in they only need you to get incredible gem currency, of which there's quite a bit of currently in the game. So in terms of that, you can just gather those units from the store, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So the first two units are the easiest ones. You can get them from the Fight Against Despair event, where obviously you get the Trunks from, and you can grab them from here. They're a lot easier to get. They are SSRs already, and you Easy A them through the same Extreme Z area that you Easy A Trunks through. So it's nice that they double up with that Trunks. Again, the Android 18 that you bought from the Bubba shop can be useful here, so it makes your life a little bit easier. Then the Super Android 13 event. This event drops the medals for the Android 13, and it drops the Android 14 and 15. Again, it's a pretty straightforward event. You farm them the same way you farm any other free-to-play unit that's an SSR, so you shouldn't really have any major issues. They all also Extreme Z Awaken from the Super Android 13 Extreme Z area, which you can find under the challenge section. But before we get there, I want to talk about Android 13 and Android 18 a bit more. So, in terms of Android 13 and Android 18, you're going to need incredible gems. Now you can farm this from the main quest, but there's also a whole bunch of missions you can complete to get these as well. So there's numerous ways to actually get these incredible gems. In terms of the treasure, you can actually buy them from the Bubba shop under the green incredible gems section, and you don't need to buy any more than 5. As mentioned before, you can raise their SA through other means. Android 13, you can get 5 copies of him for a total of 1,500 gems, and Android 18, you need to get 5 copies of her. The reason you need to get 5 copies is because you need to open up all their hidden potential paths, because remember, all these units need to be rainbow. So, once you've done that, you can actually farm Android 13's super attack level from the quest. So you can farm his super attack level from area 14, and you can get it from the stage 8 from normal and hard difficulty. So if you go to area 14, the ultimate android, and you do level 8 there, you can actually farm his medals from there, which is pretty cool. His awakening medals come from the Super Android 13 event, so from that point onwards, it's a pretty normal grind. Then for Android 18, you can actually farm her SA from the current Universal Survival Saga event that's up. And this event drops a SSR Android 18, who's an automatic 50% chance for increasing her SA level. And this is important because that way you don't have to spend Kais on Android 18. Again, we only have to get units to SA 10. We don't have to get them to 15 because they just have to be rainbow to take on the stage. Now, in terms of their EZAs, you can find them under the challenge section, same as always. Android 18 will be under the Android Cell Saga 1, and Android 14 and 15 and Android 13 will both be under their own Super Android 13 Extreme Z area. So again, pretty stock standard stuff. Now of course, that kind of covers all of the units except for one. The only other unit that you really need to get is the First Form Prime Battle Cell. You can obviously get him from the Looming Menace event, which is obviously a Prime Battle event, and that should pretty much cover every single unit that you need. Beyond that as well, there's not too much else you need to do, but it is quite a grind. So I would suggest players try and do some of them with keys to be somewhat prepared, because you're probably going to run out. And also, if you can, wait for some events, especially the Super Strikes and the Prime Battles, to reopen, and rather use meat and stamina to take on those events to save yourself the necessary keys if you really are determined to do it. And yeah, lastly, you just need to farm First Form Cell from the Looming Menace event, which is pretty straightforward. But that basically covers everything you need to know. Hopefully for you guys, this is a good enough guide on how to get all the units and the units that you need. I hope it's able to help you if you are interested. And I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye.